Gets the breaker. What is your last read?
He didn't, Chrissy. Oh, the rocket! I keep forgetting about the rocket. Wait, is he Tento? Is he Tento? Wait.
We gotta mash that X button.
Stomp. No Kurt Franklin. He's dead. Oh my God.
Made it behind
We got Hodges in the building, but guess what? Denied by Zupa. Gonna get the low.
He's got to set it up again.
Saving another cage.
He needs. He goes for. Stand for
That was
whips.
a punch. That's gonna be it. And the pop off. Han Rashid comes back from reverse 3-0 and takes out Epic Super. Oh, we lost the signal. It was so crazy. Oh, he's at the monitor, not the monitor.
Han taking out nuts.
Ladies and gentlemen, you guys can make some noise from the young man from Chile, Scorpion Prox. If you guys did not know, this is going to be a battle of the twins. From US, it's going to be the mighty Unjust. The twin showdown shall go down. Aqua and David, take it away.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Poseidcast. With me tonight, I am joined by one of the best commentators in the entire FGC, known for commentating NRS games. We've seen him commentate events such as ECT, Combo Breaker, CEO, Viennality in Europe, Gamescom in Brazil. He was the host of Season 1 of Final Kombat. I'm joined today by Tento. Tento, how you doing today, man?
How y'all doing, y'all? Hey, I'm all good, Poseidon. Thank you for having me on. I've been liking the podcasting you've been doing. It's such a good, refreshing aspect to have where you get to hear from community members straightforward about certain things, certain topics, to get to know people a lot better. So I really love that you're doing this, man.
Thank you, man. I greatly appreciate you coming on and hearing that, and it means a lot. I wanted to give people, a chance to talk, you know what I mean? Because we're all people behind the scenes. We all have our own lives, and we all play this game, and we have the community, but we're all so vastly different. So it's cool to hear about people's origin stories, things like that. So on that topic, what got you into the FGC, and particularly what got you into commentary?
What got me to FGC? Me and my so you guys, everyone has their friend group that they have where they play video games with in high school and whatnot. So I had my friend group that I played in high school with. Shout out to my boys, the Basement Dwellers, and we played Call of Duty a lot together and various other games, but I don't know if you guys remember Xbox Games with Gold, where they gave you a free game every month if you had Xbox Gold. So they gave us Street Fighter 4, and all of us is playing Street Fighter 4 like crazy. But me and my other friend Kovan, we deeply got into it, and I deep dove into it, learned about how different health values, frame data, text, and then I eventually started watching Street Fighter 4 events, and then I found out about the FGC as a whole. I was watching Capcom, Evo, and all that. I was like, this is crazy. And then right when that happened, MKX had dropped, and I got MKX, and then I saw about Fatal 8, and I watched Fatal 8, watched all of that. It was a really great time and whatnot, and then I started somewhat competing. I feel like I'm fairly decent at the game, not the best, but definitely know the stuff. But I never got anything out of winning. I don't care to win. I care to have fun. It's never been a thing to me. I don't care for winning or losing. As long as I'm having a good time, it's just all that matters. So I was like, I know I can beat people ass. It's funny to talk about people getting their ass beat and why they're getting their ass beat, which led me to commentate. And that's when I started commentating on Slayers. Then it led me to commentate with Viz at BGX. They let me to commentate to MKNJ with Dark Arma, and I got my first gig. My first gig was Frosty Faustings 2020, right before quarantine, and then my next big one was CEO 2021, where I pretty much met everybody. I met you.
Yeah.
So,
I remember you were commentating that event. Yep.
Yeah, that was my first big one, and that really got me noticed by a lot of eyes, and then it went on from there to the one I am now.
That's awesome, man. That's really cool. I actually did a pod with Darth Arma about a month ago, and he talked about how Street Fighter 4 was actually the renaissance of fighting games, and that
Yes.
kind of that got so many people into the game, and then everyone kind of deviated, whether they were the Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, Marvel, Capcom, and NRS community. They all kind
Street
of
Fighter 4 was
there.
special, man.
Yeah.
It was.
Because
Truthfully so.
They said it was the reason that the NRS went back to 2D from 3D, which I feel like it kind of allowed it to have a competitive, arc in the
It's
the
so
FGC.
wonderful with that, man. Like, I wish so many people got to experience Street Fighter. I got to experience Street Fighter 4 in later stages, but it was still great. But I wish I got to experience through the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I know I commentate MK, but a lot of people still don't know I commentate Street Fighter and I commentate Tekken as well.
Yeah.
So like, Street Fighter 4 was something so special. And it always screw. I know this is mostly the MK and NRS community, but I strongly encourage you guys to learn another fighting game on the side because it actually strengthens you in your fighting game you play currently when you learn the other aspects of some others.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 100%. Like I played Super Smash Bros. As well. I actually played.
I
even played NRS games, and even though like I haven't like grinded Melee like that because I learned.
You play Sheik, right?
Sheik, yep.
Yeah, okay, I remember. Yep.
Yep. So I learned so learning like a traditional fighter has actually helped me so much in that game, and even though like I don't grind it as much, I have been still getting better results, beating better players and stuff like that. Because it makes you think about things that you've never really thought about. Like, for example, in a game like Smash, frame data isn't like the biggest thing because of like the way stuff can hit your shield and stuff like that. Like they're top players, like best players in the world who know nothing about frame data at all.
Frame data. I always tell people all the time.
But,
people think some players are going to be good commentators. I'm like, there's some commentators that don't even know what a frame trap is.
Yeah.
So serious.
No, for real. So it was just like, okay, like I can't do these certain things because of how plus it is. Like Falcon Knee, for example, I can't grab that because it's plus on block. I never even thought about that before I started playing MK, and that's like, but traditional fighters, it's all about like frame data. Like if you don't know at least like the like bracketing of like, okay, this is plus or this is barely minus, this is punishable and stuff, then you have no shot at the top level.
Yeah. Definitely becomes a bit of an issue, so I definitely agree with that. It's a frame data is just like not to get too much of frame data. It's just for those people that don't know. It's a subject where it's laws in a video game that you can choose to obey or not, but you gotta set the consequences. That's the basic concept I can give to you. You can choose to obey them. Sometimes you can break them. Sometimes you will pay if you break them. But like that's the concept. Yes. Sometimes you do need to break some of those laws. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of what frame data is.
Awesome. So, what has been your favorite event to commentate? That's a pretty open question. It'll be cool to hear. That could be online, offline. Maybe it's a particular thing that happened, or if it's just like, this was just fun to go to. Because I know you've been traveling around, especially this recent ProCon. You've been to a lot of events.
Online wise, I'll definitely say Rips because Vic shouts to Rip Arena. He has so many like newer players that come through and whatnot, and I just love to see the community. Like anytime I commentate over there, I just see a new fighters coming up to play on for the first time. I love hearing that because that means the community is growing. Fuck anybody that says that game, by the way. But like, the community is still growing by all means, and it still has that that aspect to it. So that's why I love like seeing over there. Offline, like. For me, like my overall CEO 2021 was so special to me. Like truthfully, like that had to be by far my favorite event I've ever commented and got to be a part of because like the aspect of us like meeting like Skash, meeting like Jay Chan, Lanky, all you guys for the first time. Because the reason why that event was so special was because that was the first event after quarantine, and I like talked to you guys throughout the whole amount of quarantine through playing games with, and then we all got to meet each other it was a big ass reunion. Yeah, because
like we're all just like segregated online. We're talking every day, playing on these events.
Exactly.
And you're just like, you get to meet the person. That was a really, really special event overall.
It was a gathering. It was just so beautiful. So like that's still by far, like I've been to like, don't get me wrong, this last CEO was really good. That was definitely really good. But man, hey, try to come next year if you can. Anybody can. That resort is wonderful. If you can make it, please make it. Yeah. But CEO 2021 would still be my favorite event I've commentated took place in because it's just how special it was. Truthfully, it was. There was nothing, no other experience like to seeing all your friends again or meeting your friends for the first time in one place after we were segregated for so long through the quarantine. Like that was so beautiful.
Yeah, that's really what the community is like. I always said like, I mean, online. I mean. It's so good because we're able to grow and get in touch with people who definitely wouldn't have been able to hear about the community in any other capacity. It being online, it has its pros and cons because I feel like we can grow a lot, but then it's like you kind of miss out on that sense of community a little bit because we have our niches and stuff like that, but there is just being online, there is a general like toxicity within any
Yeah.
community online, and it can
Definitely
kind of ruin the experience. But like, it's always refreshing. You know what I mean? To go to these offlines whenever you can, whether you have a local or you have a major you can go to, because like, you get to see what the community truly is all about, and just being able to. I remember like Frosting's this year, 2025. There was literally just 4 MK setups in like the backmost room, and there's 100 people around them watching and talking about MK and getting hyped about MK. It was just so cool that like we had just our little niche, but we all bonded over this game, and it was just that was probably my most fun event I've ever been to, and it literally was just like a one.
Frosty's always a good time, bro.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, you got to go to at least one Frosty, because Frosty's vibe is just unmatched for real.
Yeah.
Like everyone that sees Frosty, shout out to Unjust. I remember Unjust. He called me after that Frosty we had this year.
Yeah.
He was like, "Bro, I gotta get back over there, bro. He's like, it's been too long." I'm like, Frosty is just an event. If you haven't been to one, it's a vibe night, knowing. And I'm not even trying to show favoritism because it's in my home. It's in Chicago, but like. It's everyone that says that Frosty's just a special experience. You should go for at least one of them, and it's a 2-day event, so it makes things convenient.
Yeah. It was actually nice. You fly out Sunday, and you know it's 1 day off from work, and it's great.
Exactly,
So,
it's too good.
And it's funny because it's like it's so cold. I mean, I'm from New York, so it's not like anything I'm not used to, but like. It's like inside, like there's this whole event going on. You go outside and it's like a frozen tundra. It's just like it's such an interesting experience because it's like an event that like everyone needs to get to. But like, because I 100% agree with that. It's just a cool environment. And then you know,
it's so heartfelt and like warm inside, and you go outside like, oh my god, I forgot it's January in Chicago. Oh my god, that's why it's called Frosty.
Yeah, I get it now. Yeah, it's like the perfect gaming weather for sure.
Truthfully.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Awesome, man. So you said like, did you compete? I know you said like you competed a little bit before. Did you have like a competitive arc, or was it always like when you got in, you kind of knew that commentary was
I had
a
a competitive arc. Like, I definitely wanted to be like not the best, but like there was a time like I just want to like see what I can do. I feel like I'm decent enough to get do out there, and I get my actually funny enough, I got my first top 8 medal at Frosty 2023 in MK11. So I actually did make top 8 for the first time on stage. I never thought I was going to get a medal at all in my life, but like I was like, damn,
Nice.
I got a medal.
Yeah.
And I'm still processing that right now. Like I actually got a fucking medal. That's so
You
crazy.
have it right there.
Yes, like it's nothing really I need to prove to anybody or like myself. I knew I was solid, but that was just a moment where I was like, "Dang, I really did it." And so I did have a competitive arc slightly. I was like, I want to do this, that, and the third. I was like, I want to compete. I want to not even win nothing, but just like to show like I just wanted to upset some people. But then quarantine I had, and a lot of my passion did die to compete. But the passion grew to commentate during that time instead. So that's what the shift landed. So before quarantine, solid. Then after quarantine, it was like, I want to commentate. So yeah.
Well, cool, man. Because it's like it's interesting to hear about. Because like obviously you don't get a lot of people don't get into this thinking they're going to commentate. Because normally if you're like your passion is for commentary, it's usually like sports or something like that, for example. Which is there's a lot of similarities I've kind of noticed.
Oh yeah, I commentated football games and track meets at high school.
Oh, did you? Nice. So that
and I also did
bridge.
I guess I should have that. I did do morning announcements during high school too. That's also the things that led up to this as well. So I kind of already did this periodically.
Yeah, so you had that past experience that's kind of propelled you to get into this. So that's really cool. So obviously you've been commentating. What was it like hosting Final Combat? Because that's not necessarily like a commentary gig. Was that like was that something you kind of had to improvise on the fly, or did you were you just ready to go? How'd that go?
It was something I definitely had to improvise because it was something that was different for me. I had to realize, okay, you're a host. Like, you had to give energy. You have to do, and not a commentary. It's like you had to project your voice. It's things I look back on, I definitely could have did better. But like, I don't try to beat myself up too much because it was my first time.
Yeah.
And overall, for my first time, I don't think I did that bad. But there's definitely some aspects I need to be work on. But it was definitely a good experience because it was something new. It's up my avenue that I would like to do more, and I did do another hosting gig for my team TNS. Shout out to Tento Never Sleeps. We had a thing that we did for Arkansas for a Walmart event that I had to open up and host for various guests over there too. So that was really cool. But yeah, it was definitely an experience where being on stage, being present, thinking of things on the fly, announcing people to come in, not being at the desk and just talking about the action, but prepping for the action and ramping up the action to prepare for the desk. That was the mindset I had to get into. So yeah, it's definitely some things I would like to do again. It's definitely something I would like to grow in, and it was an experience I'd say was definitely worth it because it did help me in commentary in other regards of like, okay, I need to project my voice better, think of whips and quips on the fly better too and whatnot. Those are the type of things that's got me into doing improv a little bit for helping on commentary and hosting as well. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that really is what it comes down to, like commentary and stuff like that. It really is just kind of improvising on the fly. There's this one moment, I remember you commentating. I did a podcast with Wits, and I was looking through some of his highlights, and there's a moment where it's Wits versus Big Daddy G at DreamHack Atlanta. And
DreamHack Atlanta, yep.
Wits, Big Daddy jumps, and Wits goes for Fatal, and you're like, oh, that's not gonna work. Like, what do you mean? And then the Sector Rocket comes out. You're like, oh my god, the Sector Rocket! I completely forgot. And you turn this moment where you thought it wasn't gonna work out, and you flipped it to like this really hype moment that like, oh, there's people probably watching who did understand, people who watching who didn't understand, and like being able to capture just that one thing was I thought was really cool. That was a really hype thing.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like it really is
one of
like
those.
improvising.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I realize on commentary a lot too is that a lot of my reactions are genuine. It's not me faking it. Like I'd be like, "Oh God, he did a side switch combo. I didn't even know that even happened."
Yeah, you know,
but shout out to KP. He's one of my mentors as well as Aqua, where he told me, Poseidon, you can do this. He was like, so when you're watching the top 8, you know, sometimes the top 8 can reach like 8,000, 10,000 people. Realistically, how many people you think actually know what's going on the screen?
25%, 30.
25, like about 1,000 people out of that 10,000, 8,000 are probably actually know fully what's going on. A lot of people don't. So it's good to be slightly explain what's going on in a small gist, and that was to that moment where I forgot, and I genuinely did forget, and I'd explain what happened. It was like, oh, there's some people that actually like, oh, the fatal blow is a little slow. Boy, how did it change? That he had how did he have a rocket? Because he had the sector rocket. You press a button and it transforms. I can explain that moment now because of that situation.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely those aspects.
Yeah, you take a moment where it was like you forgot about something and flipped it into, okay, this is like a learning experience, which I feel like happens a lot. Because like it's no way we can know every aspect of the game. Like a lot of these people are character specific who have spent thousands of hours on their character. They're obviously going to know and do things that we aren't going to even understand until we see it for the first time when we're watching it. So that's it's really cool. Definitely a difficult aspect of commentary. What would you say your favorite aspect of commentary is? If that's, you know, not too difficult of a question. Yeah, like
working with other people, to be honest. One thing I pride myself of, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, is like I feel like I'm one of the easiest people to work with on commentary. One thing I always like to hear is like, hey, you were very easy to work with. Thank you for making my job like easy. Thank you for making me at ease. That's my biggest thing, because at the end of the day, we did this to have fun and talk about the game that we love. And there's a lot of people that get nervous and put pressure on themselves, like I want to be good. No. Be genuine and authentic with yourself. Like once you be genuine and authentic with yourself, and then you can just have fun with it, then it becomes better because it's organic. So my biggest thing is just I love working with new people all the time. People's like, because it's actually funny enough, in some commentary applications you might have seen, they'd be like, is there any commentator you particularly don't want to work with? I'm like, no, I want to work with everyone, because it's like because the big thing is, one thing, you have to learn how to work with everybody, because some people's style is different, so it's good for you to adapt. And two, it's just good to grow and network with other people. So like the synergy is a big thing in commentary that is not talked about. I ain't gonna say not talked about enough, but not as emphasized how important it is. Alongside of working with those people, that's a big thing.
Yeah,
it's a big thing.
No, and the fact that when you work with, you know, new people and stuff, you learn to be able to synergize with like anybody. Like you obviously, for this past pro comp, you've been, you know, commentating all these different events. Like you went to Biennale, commentated EU. You went to Brazil, commentated in Brazil. How are those experiences? Do you notice anything different? I mean, like just like stylistically, and like maybe the way they commentated, or was it kind of just business as usual?
What's it called? Well, only thing with commentary with that is because I commentate with guys I usually commentate with, like Fabs. Well, I didn't got when I was in Biennale, I commentated with Ketchup. So I commentated with Ketchup a fair amount. He's a twin I've commentated with the most. Funny enough, I finally commentated with Mustard. That was the first time I ever commentated with him at Combo Breaker MKX. Ever. Not even online. I never commentated with him online. I've never commentated with Mustard. That was the first time we ever got to commentate together. And Brazil, I was working with Aqua, but I was also working with Ariel. Shout out to Ariel. He was a commentator from Brazil, but he spoke mostly Portuguese. His English wasn't. He was like, my English not the best. I'm like, hey, we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna work with what we had to work with, and we did have a great time with that. As far as like not even style, but I would say with gameplay wise, like Europe, every region has their own like flair, have what they do about things. In Europe, I feel like a lot of them are textbook play. You know, like they just try to go by like textbook fundamentals and whatnot. And there's a couple that play like ass, but like it's still you have to play like ass. Like in the words of Wise Gemini, you have to play with the hint of ass always, just a little aspect of it. But Brazil, they play with their heart.
Yeah.
Like that's the best way to describe it. Like they play with their feeling and their spirit and their heart the most, and know things are gonna work. And I've said it for a long time. South America overall, not even just Mortal Kombat, has the best fighting game principle. Like I don't know if you know, in Street Fighter, there was a 9-year-old that got 4th at the War Warrior online event for CPT. Yes, from Chile again.
Crazy.
Chile.
What are they
Chile.
feeding those people over there, bro? What are they feeding those people in Chile, bro?
I tell people all the time, there's so many players that are Sonics, that are Ninjas, that are Rewinds out there that unfortunately do not get the chance to travel because of like, you know, money and this resource and whatnot. And I think I'm grateful for like our online pro comp and also CPT, because like South of Souls Clue, I know a lot of people wouldn't even know about Souls Clue from Australia until we had the online things and those small aspects. So like big shouts to all those, because then you get those players that are lesser known to actually come out and play.
Yeah, it's really cool that you mentioned that, because like an area like Australia, like we don't have people traveling, because like whether it's that they don't have any events, like I don't know anyone, at least in the NRS community, who has traveled to Australia to compete at a tournament. And Australia is relatively segregated, it's an island and stuff, so even online it's even hard for them to get to like EU, let alone play against people in America with any sort of stable connection. So realistically, them having one of them win, you know, their region and come to Final Combat is how we can kind of find out more about the region. Because I feel like before the last year of the Pro Comp, the only people we really knew from Australia were like, we know Waz, probably, I don't know, you know, knows Waz is a big content creator, and he's traveled a bunch to America. Maybe you knew like Clockwork, he's like a content creator and stuff like that. But like other than that, like, but the scene has so many cool players, and I've been keeping up with it ever since that happened. They have like their major events and stuff like that. They have a lot of like killers. I mean,
they have a lot of stuff. Like we all thought Wise was the best player over there, and all this not there. And then he didn't make it to the his regional finals because Soul School had one, and then this year FGC Boy won. Yeah, like we have a lot of good players.
Yeah, Waz didn't even make the top 8 like finale for Oceanic this year. And I know he took like a little bit of a break.
Yeah, he took a break. I'll say he took a break, and he wasn't playing as much this time around. But yeah.
Yeah. But but yeah, that just still goes to show that there's just a bunch of killers out there, and Soul School didn't even didn't even do too great in the top 8. That just goes to show like how strong that region is. How many killers? I remember he came into my chat before like that event even happened and said like FGC Boys, like he's the best Shao in the world. Like I'll have him go against Dialogue. I'll put my money on him. I was like, all right. And I mean, he showed it super well. So it'll be really cool to see how he does, because like I said, we don't really get to see. I mean, we're seeing it more now. Like Snake Doe now from Chile. Went to the Brazil Pro Comp, Gamescom got like 3rd. Went to CEO, got 2nd, and stuff.
He's going to Blink next week too. Blink is next week, by the way, guys. But the time we're recording this video, Blink is next week. So
yeah. So it'll be. I'll probably have this posted tomorrow. So yeah, next week, guys, I'll Blink Respawn, which is going to be big because we only have 3 events left coming up. We have
and that's another one too. People tend to forget about versus fighting.
Yeah,
and even though it doesn't hold as much weight, if you guys, not to go too much into pro comp stuff, if you guys know, we got demigod events and combatant events. Demigod will worth more points than combatant, and versus fighting is a combatant event. But statistically speaking, that man Scorpion procs can low-key pull up there and win, and low-key shake up the standings just a tad because of his placement wise. Same thing with a person like Rewind if he really wanted to. Gur's going out there. And also a last-minute push from a person like Javier and or like, you know, let's say a face out drops down in points because he's not going to Evo and he's not going to Blink. He might like, I need to go versus fight, and it like there's some couple of these last minute points can definitely change up a lot of things.
Yeah, there might be some people who are going to be planning a trip to you just to get those last. Someone like a Dialogue who was kind of like right at the end there. Like I know he's going to Blink and Evo, but like if you're like, oh, I'm one spot.
But hold on, but I'm sorry, that's new information. Like Dialogue's going to Blink?
I think so. I mean, I was talking to Zanzun. Zanzun's like one of the guys over on Res and stuff, and he was saying that Dialogue was going to Blink. So Maybe he is. I don't know.
This is news to me.
I would say
Okay.
Link's gonna be crazy. Link's
Gonna be wild.
Yeah, because that's really like where the intermediate. Like, there's gonna be people coming from North America. I know Rewind's going too, right? Like, yeah, it's gonna
Rewind,
be crazy
Gur,
people that need
then
points.
Dialogue.
Yeah.
Tech is going.
Tech's going? Oh,
Tex is going.
shit. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Tech. If Tex wins, there might be a slight thing that's going on because I'm gonna keep it buck. Evo. Y'all didn't hear this from me. There's some Brazilians pulling up at Evo.
Oh,
I'm gonna just let you guys know that.
That makes sense. I mean,
There's some Brazilians pulling up to Evo. No, there's some Brazilians pulling up to Evo.
That is going to be so cool, man. Because I know Connie won his way over. You know, Javier's trying to go and stuff. There's a bunch of people.
If Hourglass goes, it's gonna be absolute cinema.
Oh yeah, no, Hourglass.
Absolute goddamn cinema.
Yeah, because like, yeah, I don't know, like, who could, like, you win, you're in. So it's like, it's either gonna be someone who obviously doesn't have enough points, or someone who does, and that's just gonna open up another spot. So it's going to be, it's cool that the winner of Evo gets in, because then I thought that's gonna shake some stuff up as well. Like Kale winning CEO, I feel like was huge for people who didn't go to CEO. Because he got the first place points, and he's already in Final Kombat, so he didn't even need
Yeah, he's
those.
already in.
Yeah, so
and then it bumps down to the next person.
Yeah.
The biggest thing about it though, like if you want someone within the top 5 people to win Evo, because then that way you have a better, like Dialogue will have a better chance to get in if someone from the top 5 gets in. Javier needs a 5th place or higher because he's going to Evo now.
Yeah.
But it will really beneficial if a person like Connie or Sonic won, because if Connie wins, people don't know. If Connie wins, VGY gets in the Final Combat because he got 2nd place. So that's 2 people. That's 2 people gone in that top 8 points.
Yeah.
And it rolls over to the next person.
Yeah, so it goes like, it's like Evo, region, points, right? So it's like, you win Evo, 2nd in your region. If you win your region, and then it goes to the next person with points and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Which is a little different than how they did in the first season, you know. They have it all on the website and stuff like that. You know, we don't need to get into this nerd talk about tiebreakers and stuff like that. But that's really cool that Tex is going to Link Respond. That's going to be a crazy event. I'll have a video out about that for sure. So what other events you got planning you're going to the rest of this pro-com?
Evo for sure, and what's it called? And Final Combat Mexico, I've already booked my flights to went out for Mexico because I'm like, okay, I gotta watch this. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing anything or not, but I just gotta watch it for the fact.
Yeah.
What's it called? I wanted to go to Blink, but I was like, you know what? I had did Combo Breaker, CEO, and DreamCon within 4 weeks. I was tired. I was tired. I was like, I'm gonna just watch Blink from home. As much as everybody wanted me to go. Shout out to Gustavo Page. He just hit me up too. He's like, "You going?" I'm sorry, bro. I'm not. Big shout out to Gustavo Page. He got 2nd at the first Blink in 2023.
Yeah.
Wait, did he get 2nd? He got 3rd.
He won that.
Oh yeah, he won. No, that was Fox. That was Fox who got 2nd. That's right. Yeah. But yeah, he hit me up. I was like, I can't make it, bro. But like, yeah, Blink is going to be such a great watch because it's really big for Rewind, because Rewind has kind of the most power because he doesn't have as many points as everybody else. He didn't travel until now.
Yeah.
So every event he goes to, he's just gaining points. Where some people like Gur, he needs to outperform, so in order for him to get points. So like Rewind is just gonna constantly go higher. So it's gonna be a very interesting thing.
Yeah.
And the Evo is just, I cannot wait for Evo.
Yeah,
I just booked everything for Evo. I'm just so happy.
Yeah, no, I'll be there as well, dude. I can't wait to compete, to watch, to see what happens. It's like,
It'll be such a good time.
I mean, you've been doing this, which I absolutely love. At the offline tournaments when you're not commentating, so if you'll go and you'll record some of the pools matches, or like whether it's like top 16. I think the best part about going to an offline is watching the second round out of pools matches that aren't streamed. Like, just like the energy, because
it gets so intense.
Huge like round of people, and that match doesn't get recorded, or like unless someone's like streaming it and stuff. So usually you just hear stories about it. You just hear like, okay, like, oh, this happened at this one, like, and that's probably my favorite aspect of going, is just watching those really high matches. They're insanely talented players, and it's really cool to see. And these matches that you don't, because like what's streamed is like 5, maybe 10% of the tournament max.
Literally.
Like, there's so much
that's a great percentage that you just said right there. Like, people don't understand.
the best matches are the ones that happen off stream. They had Daigo versus Mena RD at Evo the first year off stream because of how many calibers of players there are at Evo. Like you can't get every match on stream, but like there's some matches that really. I think the best off stream match I've recorded off stream for MK1 this season. Oh, that's hard. It high key might be Anna Bananas versus Katana Khan at Vianality, because that was for top 8, and unfortunately they ran out of time, so they had to. Everyone was just watching my stream to watch that match, and that's why I tell people like the reason why I do that stream so often is not just to watch the matches, but I just tell people like there's so many things that happens offline that you guys don't get to see. Every little interaction, players talking to each other, like crossovers you wouldn't think like. Ninja Killer was talking to freaking Big Bird of Street Fighter, and it's just like you wouldn't even think they know each other, but like they actually talk a decent amount. Like that's the type of caliber of players like that that communicate and whatnot, and it's such a good experience. I just want people to see the everyday things that happens, the little nuances that happen in the off-stream matches. And like I said, like those moments, those get lost forever. Like you have like people like you had to be there. And I still, even when I record, I'm like you had to be there. But like still, you get to see a glimpse of like, oh my god, this is what happens on off stream at. Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy, especially because that's for top 8, and that's cool. I'm really talk about Anis Bananas. That I remember that he won Game 5 with EGY. Then goes Game 5 with Tan, gets 9th place, and like I don't think either of those matches were streamed, if I recall. So it's like and then he got a chance to
play.
The
VGY one? I don't know about the VGY. I think the VGY one was streamed. I could be wrong. Because it was him and Kafursko. He was also the Havoc player that got top. He's the Havoc player that got top 8. Yeah. You right. I might have to go out my memory. It's been a minute.
Yeah, I wasn't sitting down. I didn't watch the whole thing, so I don't remember if it was. But I just remember seeing the result and. Obviously, like he made it to 9th place, lost Game 5 of those sets, and essentially, it wasn't, or maybe it was on stream. I'm not sure, but those guys kind of fade away, and that result I think is very impressive. But I mean, like he didn't get like his chance to get the top 8, get a medal or anything like that. So it was really cool.
And then boom, he's in Final Combat.
Yeah, no, he won. I honestly, when I was doing my like predictions for it, I was like, he's gonna win based off literally that Vianality performance. I was like, he's good enough to.
And it's always been solid.
Yeah. And like been a Havoc loyalist. I mean, those Havoc loyalists got paid off, got rewarded big time.
Truthfully, like man,
big time.
Shout out to Wise, shout out to Anna's, bro. Shout out to Parsa, like Busman too, man. Busman especially.
Yeah, like they were on Havoc the whole time, man. And
Busman messed up my bracket at first, Frosty, because Frosty it was Frosty 2024. Yeah. So I didn't know about Busman at all. They was like, oh, this is PC Havoc play. I'm like, oh, word. And I think he got 17th or 13th. And he beat a lot of players that I did not know he was gonna beat. Yeah. And I'm a PC Havoc player. I was like, oh crap. Yeah. And he was running Havoc Jacks. Yeah. And I was okay, cool. Next Frosty, he wins. Yeah. Because he got the buff. Like that's all he needed. And it was like, man, crazy work.
Yeah, no, he was he's someone who I mean obviously Havoc wasn't that good, but like someone I knew about who was good, and he went to a few tournaments. He was at Frosty, his Combo Breaker, and didn't have like crazy good runs. But someone who definitely had that potential, and then obviously, he gets the buff, wins Frosties, top 8 Texas, and
he has pro comp points. Yeah, like there's not many people that can say they got pro comp points. I'm just letting you guys know that right now.
Yeah, there really isn't, honestly. So, I don't know. It's cool that the pro comp is really shaping up and stuff, and
definitely so.
I don't know. So, what do you? So, I feel like we're in a really weird state with the game right now. After Final Combat, one, do you have like any plans to do any things? Are you taking a little break since you've just been going so hard? And two, what do you think like the MK community is going to look like after that?
Unfortunately, a lot of us are money driven. I'll be telling people all the time, if you're in FGC, if you're looking for money, you're in the wrong place. I'm gonna just keep it. You do this out of passion. You do this for love. Like I'm always vocal myself. Before I got sponsored or whatnot, I didn't get paid for about 60% of the stuff I did. It's just did out of passion. Now I do get paid for about 80% of the stuff that I do now with commentary. But like, and I'm blessed for it. But still, I do this for the love and the passion for it. Still, like it's never been about the money. If you're in for money, you're in the wrong place. Because like even if you statistically, if you would have to win every event for you to barely break even if you're not sponsored. That's just how it goes, and the people don't understand that. Do this for your enjoyment, not for the money.
Yeah, I've always said the pinnacle of the FGC is breaking even. That's like if you go to an event and you come back with the same amount of money that you used to get there, you are the
winning.
pinnacle. You are winning for sure. Yes.
You are winning. So as far as my future, I'm probably gonna take a slight little step back, handle real life things and whatnot. And like I said, I do compensate other games, so they do like me for Street Fighter. They do also they're looking at me for Tekken and those aspects. That we also have newer games on Horizon 2 that I might end up commentating.
Yeah.
For MK, of course, we're in a weird state because we announced there's no more DLC, but they're still going to patch, but we haven't got word for a patch yet.
Yeah.
And then also we could be vocal about like they had the WB is as a company is also like pitching around for sales of who's going to buy the WB and whatnot. So like that's also a thing. So things we don't know that's happening behind the closed doors, of course. So like we don't know the state. All we can do is just hope for the best, and like we do. We supported MK11 for 5 years during quarantine and was able to do a lot of things with that. And we also got 2 more Evo experience places, 2 more Evo spots over there as well.
Yeah.
And another big thing I always tell people is like, oh, MK is not viewed a lot. I'm like, go to YouTube and guess what? I'm gonna keep it. I'll say it. Go to my team's channel and look at the most viewed video. That's all I'm gonna say. Go to Tampa Never Sleeps YouTube channel and look at our most popular video. I'm gonna just say that.
Assuming it's okay. Or
Just go ahead and look at it.
I can do it right now.
You want to do it? Go ahead and do it. And anybody that's watching at home right now, go to Tampa Never Sleeps YouTube channel and look at the most popular video, and you'll have a good laugh right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's definitely a spot where it's like this is where the community like has to step up and like support ourselves and support within each other to see what we can do.
Yeah, we did a lot, and there's so many like big grassroots like Rips Arena, grassroots Coliseum, grassroots
Share Ryu TV, Wuxi, all of us like make it happen. Games don't die. It's when the community stops supporting it, that's when it dies. The community's there. There's still Marvel vs. Capcom 3 tournaments, and they're running it at Evo again this year. Marvel 2 still going on. DJT said it the best. He says, "A matchup ever figured out?" I said, "No." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "No," because are they still finding tech for Street Fighter 4 today? I was like, "Yeah." That means matchups will never be figured out.
Yeah.
Games never die.
Yeah. Literally, I ran an Injustice 2 tournament last night and had 30 people on it.
Exactly.
And
I love Injustice 2.
Yeah. It's like even if you don't like playing it, I heard a lot of people. It's so much fun to watch. It's such a pretty game.
Like, man,
watching Superhero, watching Starfire fight Superman, watching fucking the Ninja Turtles fight Hellboy. Like it's so cool, man. I can go on and on about that game. That's why I run the events for it. And it's still that game's 8 years old, and there's still people pushing them out.
It's still great.
Matchups are changing. Wonder Woman is considered like the best character in the game. People that didn't even think that like she was even good
at all
towards the end of the game. Yeah, there was a pro comp. You don't see
metas change.
Yes, they do. I remember when MK11 when they announced the moment they announced we're not updating this game anymore, or we're done with the game. I'm like, Fujin's gonna be the best character in the game. He's gonna end up being top 1. I get to see like the innovation stuff, and for a while people were like, no, it's definitely Cetrion, it's Jackie, and then eventually it was just like, all right, it's definitely like
Fujin undeniable.
Fujin's like one of the best fighting game characters of all time.
Like that character's god damn Fujin.
Yeah, dude, that character was running the game.
I'm getting PTSD eyes. I'm sorry, but man, Fujin was a character. Goddamn. Don't get me wrong. It is by far the coolest. I will argue the coolest fighting game character I've ever seen in my life. The win dynamics, him walking on air, back to. I hate back to as a button, but it just his design and how he looked and how he played with 4-1, just a sword move. That is so intricate. Like how they designed the character is amazing. Horrible to fight against, but great to look at. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, no, that character was very cool to look at. I mean, I look at MK. I look at MK11 fondly. I know that was obviously where you said you got like your commentary start and stuff. So I'm sure you remember it fondly as well. But I don't know, it's cool. I've seen some people pop up and done some tournaments. I know Wuxi just ran an MK11 bracket, and I think this is also a really good opportunity after Final Combat or whatever. Feel like the game is dead. Like, people should play the game that they like the most. That's not the current iteration of the game. Like, we literally just had MKX at Combo Breaker. And literally, there was a major that had a top 8 stream commentated by Mustard and Tento. Like, and people were like, the meta was crazy. We saw Rewind, past legends come back and do amazing. We saw Ray Lakers kind of show that, like, okay, he's like, I don't know, maybe
He's the king of Necros, for real.
He's probably the king of the Necros. At least, basically, he just won a major for MKX pretty clean.
He plays a lot. Yeah, he was at. I don't know if you know, he was at Frosty.
Was he?
He was at Frosty. He came up to me at Frosty. He was like, "I'm winning MKX at Evo. MKX and Combat Breaker," and he just left.
Yeah.
Sort of guy. That's exactly what he did.
Is he
just
from the
said that. I
area?
was like, "Yeah, he's from the area."
Okay, that makes sense. I remember he.
Yeah, Ray Lakers has always been solid. Yep.
I remember like at 2022 they had the MKX high bracket. He was there, like killing it and stuff like that. So it's cool to see like academies like Eggshell, fucking crush it and stuff like that. It's really cool to see people still pushing the older games because we hear so much. Oh, MKX is the best games. All right, play it. Want to bracket? Like let's
it can happen. If you support it, it's going to happen. And everyone loved MKX at Combat Breaker.
Yeah,
it was such a great time.
It was so much fun to watch. And like the Injustice 2 events, like people like thought the game was dead towards the end of that game's life cycle, but there's still people finding it like on. You want talk about the YouTube thing? Go to the SRTV YouTube channel. Look up the most viewed YouTube videos.
It's just people love that. Like on YouTube, they love MK. I'm telling you, MK11. I mean MK1, and on the YouTube side of things, still does incredibly well for our top eights. Just saying, if you look up those top eights, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, there's the thousands of people watching and stuff like that. I don't know. I think it's whether there's there obviously aren't going to be opportunities that we have maybe for like prize pools and stuff like that, but that'll open up more opportunities. I mean, like we saw towards the end of MK11 we saw the Chilean twins come and they kind of took over, like, okay, maybe they are the best MK11 players.
Man, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and then like they were talking about doing it for the passion. Like they were traveling from South America to go to Combo Breaker with no pop bonus. They 100% lost money, even though they both placed like top first and second. Like they 100% like
all money.
They were
just have free time, no school because they kids. Man, I watched them. It's crazy watching them go. I literally met them when they was 15. I was like, and I went to when I went to Mexico and I saw them again. I was like, God, you guys are 18 now.
Yeah, they're drying and stuff.
That was such a surreal moment when I talked to them. I realized they were 18 and I met them when they were 15. That was just so crazy to me.
Yeah, it's crazy seeing the kids. Because like for us, 3-4 years as an adult, that's like nothing. It's like nothing really changes. You still have
we saw joystick grow, bro.
Yeah.
Like
these kids who are like 15, like watching like kids. I remember like on MK11, like, oh, I'm starting college this weekend, and now they're like, oh, I just got my
joystick
job.
bandinos, like Xander. He's just like, I saw you as a kid. Like, Turkey, like, oh my God, we saw you as kids, and you guys are like getting a car. Freaking Bandinos just graduated from high school. It was just like, oh my goodness.
It's really, really cool to see. You see people like from all walks of life. You see little kids in high school. You see people, like lankiness and Aztec, or like lawyers with like big corporate jobs and stuff. And then you have people who are teachers. You have people who just work in all walks of life, and we all just get together to watch this game, which I think is the coolest thing. And that's why I love doing the podcast. Just getting to hear about just the different walks of life that have led us all to this very similar passion that we all have. And you can do different things about it. Like there's people who commentate, there's people who play, there's people who make content, there's
production,
people who run events, there's people who are behind the scenes.
Shout outs to Marcy.
Marcy.
Yeah, shout outs to little Marcy. This is so crazy to think about.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. And like you can get into all these aspects, and we need people that are passionate about it, because then they're gonna keep pushing everything to keep going. So you have all these grassroots things, and I've been preaching this since MK11 days, that we do have to operate as if we're grassroots. Just because, one, it's not good to rely on the publisher, because, I mean, whether you like NRS, don't like NRS, there's people have mixed feelings on it. They definitely, in some areas, and I feel like that's just business, drop the ball when it comes to stuff. When it comes to communication, I know we don't get a ton of it, it's not great, and who knows after this Pro Combat if we're gonna get any more events and stuff like that. So, but there's so many good events. Whether you have a local, I know you have a local there, the Scrim Center, stuff like that out in Chicago.
Oh, yeah, we got a Scrim Center. I got my FGC meetup, which is tonight. We have our number 100 of our local tonight.
Ooh, that's awesome.
We have a big celebration. You want to guess how many people signed up?
150.
300.
300. I mean, I know
we have 300
people.
Damn. Yeah, no. We see at our local. We were we self-proclaimed like we was the biggest local in the world because how many people we had. We had 250 people consistently every Friday.
That's
like, and we legit had 80 people for Street Fighter,
yeah.
Tekken, and Guilty Gear, like straight up. because they gave us the whole back room space of our local gaming. Like we legit, and we had, and it wasn't just us. We had people come around from Milwaukee, and like Michigan and whatnot to come, and Indiana to come play. But like like we every weekend was 250 people at our local, insane. And we had 3 streams of us all running crazy stuff. Like that's how big our local got.
That's awesome, man. Like I wish I had a local like that. Like what's cool, what's awesome about Smash is so about their locals. Like we have like a melee local at the local college here that gets like 20 people like on like a Tuesday, Thursday night. For MK, that's like unheard of. That's like regional. Like, and then, like I drive to MKNJ. It's 6 hours away. There's 20 people. I'm like, dude, this is amazing. 20 people.
It's amazing. Like, people don't understand that. Like having a local is just powerful, and having that every week is just really, really great. Yeah,
I mean, you see that. Like, I mean, I would say probably the most dense region for talent in Mortal Kombat in the world is probably Tri-State, which is where New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey meet. And Darth Armor is out there doing this thing with MKMJ.
Definitely so.
And, like the fact that you can go out and you can get real either friendlies or tournament sets with Gurr, who's just like top 10 player in the world, best Garrus, fucking been a pro since Injustice 2 was playing in the Pro Con with Adam, and you just get to show up and you just get to get bad. That's so valuable. And even if you don't have a player like that, it just being able to go and just get those matches, sit down next to a person, you could talk about it, talk through things and stuff like that. Stuff that just doesn't happen online. You say GG's, maybe, and that's it. But like offline, it's like you can like, what happened in this situation? Like, what was I getting hit by? Like, what was that?
You can talk. Yeah, that's the beautiful thing. Talk and sit down and literally laugh right then and there in that moment with the person to see you in real time and how that happens. Yes, it's wonderful. It's too beautiful.
Yeah, and like people like 99.99999% of people will not gatekeep anything. Like you ask them a question, they'll tell you straight up, like, "Oh, this is how you beat it." Like they're not afraid, because like that's how you get better too. It's like even if you had like this thing that's like a gimmick that like will work on people, like you want them to know that this isn't real, so that you can know
how to counter it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know how to counter it now, how to improve on your skill. Like, okay, what can I do to put the extra layer on this and make sure this is negated? Very important. 100%.
Yeah, but I feel like it's let's say like a bit of a cheat code a little bit. Like it's like when you commentate, you don't get to play as much, but you get to see like so much, man. Like you get to see like there's things that like you'll see in commentary that you wouldn't see, obviously unless you were commentating. You get to watch 3 hours. Like I saw Shibari Sundays. There's 2-3 hours of just some of the best Mortal Kombat in the world that like, and it's very valuable. It's like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing, or this combo route, or
exactly
this counter to this. It was like I didn't know that existed, but now I do. And it's awesome, man. I don't know. I love this stuff. Obviously, I know you do as well, like that. And I appreciate you so much for coming on.
It's a big aspect. You just said just going that commentary part. It's like I be telling people, it was like you know how many hours of MK y'all play? I'm like, do you know how many hours of MK I've watched?
Yeah, that's. Like,
do you not understand like the concepts that I have seen and just the things that can happen? Do you not understand that?
Yeah.
Like, man.
I remember Kombat just made a video, or Zombat, I'm not sure if that's by now. And he was talking about how watching the game is super, super important. He said like his play to watch ratio is almost like, he said he probably plays a little bit more, but it's basically like 1 to 1. For like every hour he's played, he's watched an hour of either himself playing or someone else playing. And I mean, Zombat, world class Mortal Kombat player.
It's
even
important.
Other fighting games, like he crushes it. So like, it's a huge aspect of the game. If you're not watching either other people play the game, especially your character, or you're not watching your own sets back, then you're definitely not getting your potential. You're not hitting like as good as you can get at the game.
Definitely so. You need to make sure you study in all aspects, and not just like, it's not even aspects to make sure like there's so many things that you're just not knowledgeable on, and the other characters can actually show you some things, and then some people can give you a concept of, because we work with cameos, and you can use that cameo with your character. They can give you a concept like, wait a second, that probably works with this, and then you can go and figure something out. Like so Zombat is completely right. You need to make sure you're out there like, straight up looking at other people's stuff, and like, oh, okay, take notes, please. Do take notes.
Yeah, and seeing just like, and there's so many like aspects of it, whether it's like a niche tech thing, or like what they're even doing neutral, like what's their spacing like, what ranges are they playing at. There's so many things, and like obviously like as you watch more, you'll be able to pick up more stuff like that. Like I'm sure like, for example, Sonic could watch a set and he'll be able to pick up on like everything that's happening. compared to someone like me, who I can pick up on a decent amount of things, but won't be able to pick up on everything. But it's a skill that you'll hone over time, just like commentary or just playing the game in general. So it's definitely 100%.
Such a lovely thing, bro. Just such a lovely thing. I love fighting games.
Yeah, dude, they're awesome, man. It's so cool. The way I would contribute fighting games. It's like playing chess, but every time like you go to take the other opponent's piece, there's a battle within that.
Literally.
And it's like you.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah. So which kind of chess combat kind of maybe think of that aspect of it. That's basically what chess combat is.
Yeah.
But because like there is like sort of like checkmate situations, but there's the execution barrier here, and there's different like for my MK we have breaker, so it's like you can put someone in and get the combo, but they have breaker, they can just reset the situation. Obviously at a cost of resources. And each game has their own particular aspects and stuff like that. A game like Smash, you have DI. I'm not sure how into Smash you are.
Oh yeah, no, I do. I know a decent amount.
Yeah, so it's like when you get hit, you have an influence on where you go. Not a ton. It's called directional influence. It's not like completely control it. And then there's Smash DI within that. So it's like sometimes when you hit someone in Smash, the game will it'll for a few frames you'll pause. It's because the move hits so hard that you almost pause in the moment for a few frames. And in that moment you can slightly change where your character is, which actually severely influences it. It's actually pretty hard.
Everything.
But and it's just those things.
Especially if you get your DI red.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's DI mix-ups, so it's
you get your DI red, it's oh, I'm dying.
Oh, I don't want to get hit off stage, I'm going to hold in, and then they do a soft move into another hit, and then it's that's one of the aspects of why I love Smash. But every fighting game has their own things that people really, really enjoy, and they're just so intricate, man. And the more you get into it, the more you kind of realize you don't know, which just makes it even more exciting to play. So it's watching all that. So it's just a beautiful thing, man. So.
I see the cat.
You see the cat? Yeah, it's right under here.
No, it's.
He loves to bother me.
I strongly, if any message I try to tell people that's watching, just honestly, just give everything a try, and then don't listen to other info. That meme that says this fighting game is good when you got some people tell you that it's bad in your ear. That's truthfully what it is. It's just enjoy what you want to enjoy.
Yeah, no, for real. I feel I see, if you go on Twitter at least once a week, you'll see someone bashing on MK. Usually even outside the community, and it's just I feel if I didn't have Twitter, if I didn't go online, if I just played the game, I would probably enjoy it more. It's you have people telling you, oh, this thing's bad. It's and I feel a lot of the time, I mean, it's not always this, but people just love to have an excuse, oh, if I lose,
it's a negative train.
I never say this game's ass after I win. So I'm oh, I just beat this person, this game sucks. It's always I lose. I'm fuck, this game sucks, man. It's the game's fault, it's not my fault.
I stopped taking Twitter serious too when I saw when someone they was making fun that Evo's friends didn't have MK.
Yeah.
And then someone made a tweet. He said the respect leaving my body when it's time to disrespect MK, and it went up. It was hella likes on it.
Yeah.
And then he commented, I actually love MK. It's actually I actually really enjoy playing it. Yeah. It's just that I just hating on it for the meme, and there's a lot of people with that mindset.
Yeah, no, that really is a thing, because it's always the fast Evo. It's the lowest amount of entrances. It's always time MK shouldn't be. But the thing is, MK is a staple in the fighting game community. It is, whether you like it or not. It's gonna be at a lot of Evos. Maybe if we don't get a new game, maybe it won't be at the next one, but a lot of times it's part of the circuit and stuff like that. It's, if you were to go around, I want to do this. I'm going to do this at some point soon, where I'll go. I have a really big ball, and I'm just gonna go up to people and ask can you name 3 fighting games? And I have a bunch of money that people will name MK and that. And that.
Oh, no, 100%. I tell my family and friends all the time. They're like, "Oh, you coming to MK? How's it going?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's that a third." But I'm it's kind of looked down upon the fighting game. They're like, "What?" They was I'm like, "Yeah." They don't consider it how is MK not a fighting game? And then that's what everybody say. I'm in the world, you show people a picture of Ryu, they might not. There's people that know it. You say Scorpion, get over here.
Yeah. Everyone knows Scorpion, get over.
They know what that is. Okay, they know what that is.
Yeah, exactly. So it's it is interesting, but it is what it is. We're gonna keep supporting the games and stuff like that. Keep playing them. We'll see what happens. After Final Kombat. Maybe we get Injustice 3. That would be cool. I would love that. I haven't been around for the beginning of an Injustice game.
So good. Injustice 2 beginning was just oh.
Yeah.
Besides Deathshot.
Besides that shot, yeah, I remember how.
Besides that shot, but yeah.
How bad that character was. And it's funny to talk about Justice too, because everyone talks about how the game's like a zone fest. You look at like
You've been watching it, you be like, where's the zoning? You see it rush down all the time.
I see Catwoman like every other set, and like she doesn't even have a projectile, and she's mopping people. Like I don't know. Yeah, it's
They look at one little aspect. They think they still got PTSD from Deathshot, which is understandable.
It's understandable. I remember that.
But yeah,
soon it came by my stream. He's like, "Oh, look this up." It's like it was a Deadshot, and it was like Hayate's like cousin, or like brother playing like Dr. Stabs, and he was just like shooting the fucking thing, and Stab just. I mean, it was towards the beginning of the game, and he just like couldn't do anything. He ended up losing to this guy just spamming in projectiles, and he ended up like spiking his controllers. You know, actually, in hindsight,
I remember that
very
set.
funny, very funny.
I remember that set. Yep.
That
controller bounced.
Yeah,
that controller bounced across the ring, bro. I remember that video.
Tell the frustration.
Man, it was a time. That was definitely a time.
It was a time for sure. Injustice 2 was definitely a time. I remember that's actually like what got me into basically the NRS community. I went to Combo Breaker 2018 for Smash for Melee. I ended up getting like up tilt rested by Jigglypuff. I was beating him. Like Jigglypuff's always been a struggle matchup for me, and I was beating this guy like the whole set. It was game 3 last hit, and I got up tilt rested at 0, and rest just kills. So I lost. I was like, fuck, I'm out of the turn.
Up till rest. That just make me just sit. I'll just look up and just like, oh my god.
Yeah, it was just like, so I was like, fuck, man, I got 13th, and the person I would have played after I already beat in the bracket. So I was like, and it was a good matchup. So I was like, this is gonna be, I'm on this run. This is gonna be great. And fucking uphill rested, man. I'm out of the tournament. I was like, fuck. So I was like, all right, I just walked away, walked to like the other part of the venue, and it had Injustice 2 was being streamed. And I saw Sonic Fox playing Michelangelo. I'm like, wait, TMNT's in this game? Like, that's sick, man.
Justice 2 that year.
Watched all the pro comp, like all the SAT CEO, SoCal Regional, like was it Biennale or something like that, some EU tournament. Watched all those. Watched the FPS finals. So many hype sets. That set with Gur and Basics, absolutely insane. The Scar vs. Gur set was insane. The Scar vs. Tweety set was insane. Saw Sonic Fox win with Joker. Like that was.
Joker versus Batman, bro.
Yeah, and I was like, I need to get. And it was like when the next game comes out, I'm getting into it. It was MK11, and literally day 1.
I was at that Pro Series finals too.
Really?
That's why I met Armor.
Really? Yeah, Armor.
That's why I met Armor.
Armor, Aquaman, KP, Ultra David. Like those are the commentators that still that stick with me. That like basically got me into the game just with, yeah, obviously.
That's Joshua Gray.
Yeah. Like, because as a commentator, you kind of like create stories, you create storylines and stuff like that. You explain the game in a way that someone, because obviously I was watching, I didn't understand, I didn't know buttons, I didn't know 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what I mean? Stand 4, back 4. And they, you have to explain it in a way that someone who watching, you know what I mean? Because bridging people from not playing the game or casual to the competitive scene is so huge. That's the health. That's everything. And that's a big thing when it comes to commentary. Is like there's people who are watching this game who will either will not watch it again or will continue to watch and get into it potentially based off your commentary. So,
great thing, bro.
So.
It's really a great thing, and that's why that's all it's about. It's like growing and making sure people, like I said, when I see Rip says this is a new event, this new challenge, or I see sure you two have a new person come through. I love it, bro. Yeah, I absolutely love it.
It's so cool. It's so cool. Like when you have people reach out to you or like, oh, I don't know how this works. Like, this is my first tournament. Like,
I have a couple of them.
The basic questions. So like, how do I check in? And it's like, oh, you do this, and that. And then it's so cool to see those people keep showing up. I remember again, Dark, the reptile player. Never heard of him before, and he was like one round away from making top 8. He was like, oh, I'm playing reptile, man. Like, he's like, I'm trying to make you proud of him like that. I'm like, oh, this guy named Dark. And it was like, and then all of a sudden now he's fucking killing it and winning these online events and stuff like that. And it's so cool to see.
I just love it, bro. It's just, and as long as that kill growth keeps happening, we're gonna be just fine. That's why I tell people, continue to play. All right, guys, continue to play.
Play, run events, about the content, stream the game, all that stuff. Make them do a podcast. Could do that.
Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema here.
Absolutely, man. I definitely feel like I've had you for long enough here, Tento. Thank you so much for coming on. I do have one last thing. Is there anything that you thought maybe I would ask, or maybe any just shout-outs you want to give? I'll leave the floor to you for a couple minutes here to talk about something, or maybe shout out to people. Do whatever you want.
No, you asked pretty much most of the things I expect you to. Of course, you guys support your locals. If you can find a local, please do so. There's some people that travel 6 hours for the local. And there's some people that go around the corner to the local, but no much support your locals. Support your local online communities as well. As we said, the game has not going to receive DLC and probably not too many patches in the future. So support and play what you want to. If you do not like it, then just don't play it. If you do like it, continue to play. And always remember to have a good time. Drink your water, take your vitamins, and make sure you love those who are around you and tell them you love them too. It's really important.
Love that, man. Thank you so much for coming on, guys.
Ain't no problem at all.
And I'll see you guys at the next video.